when I had you on last time, there was people in the audience that like legitimately thought you were doing magic, right? And so they're like, no, that's witchcraft. That's what, you know.
Ruslan.
Dustin Tavella. I'm a magician slash illusionist. Yeah, we had the show in Vegas for a minute after AGT, and then we just moved to Branson, Missouri. We felt like God was leading us to a space where we could kind of, like on top of just building our own show, really be in a space where we could create a culture of family, where we could create a culture of togetherness, a culture of godliness, and you know, without having some show that's like explicitly just this is a sermon every night. We really just want to do something that inspires people, and for those of for the audience members coming in who aren't Christians, that hopefully it would inspire them to want to know Jesus more, and for the people who come in knowing Jesus, hopefully it would put a little fire under their butt. That's
awesome, man. It was really cool to see you on the Vegas Strip. Me and my family went, and just see you in your element, in you know, Sin City and all the stuff that's happening. But yeah, even in that environment, you didn't give a sermon, but you gave this hope, and you gave, you mentioned God, and anyone who I think was listening closely could tell that there was something different about you, right? What was that experience like, having your own show on the Vegas Strip? You're closing it out every night. You're dealing with folks from all walks of life, the entertainment industry, all that kind of stuff. What was that like?
I mean, it was awesome, man. I think, you know, for us, we've kind of been in this place where we realize, my wife always says, like, we're on assignment, and everything we do, like, we're on assignment. And I think when you kind of take on that mentality of this is a mission to inspire people, to expand the kingdom, it just kind of puts you in a different mindset where, you know, the hope and the goal is that it becomes about more than just yourself. And so I think what was really cool was, even when we went out there, we tried getting ahead of everything that could have happened, right? I had a friend of mine who was a missionary. We had him come and live with us. I was like, bro, if I'm gonna be on the Strip every night, like, I just want you by my side at all times. So he came to the show every night. If I was on the stage, he's standing inside stage. When I'm in the dressing room, he's in the dressing room. When I'm out in the casino, you know, he's in the casino. And so I think that was really, really cool. And what it did was it kind of built this accountability to where when we would meet people, you know, after the show, we'd go around and we'd stand there as people are leaving the theater, going back into the casino. We were able to just stand there and get pictures with people and pray with people. And it caused me to be just really intentional about every moment. And so what was cool was that I felt like God kind of birthed this new model for doing ministry in the context of a space that's not a Christian environment. And so that was one of the reasons we came to Branson, was that so we could really kind of have the freedom to experiment and to do things the way that we want to do things. And the one thing too that I want to say, you know, being there on the Strip, it was an incredible experience. And I think it really kind of put me in this place where you see the way that Jesus did ministry, and he never really did ministry the same. And I think it's because he always just knew his audience, right? Like, he knew who he was speaking to. And so I think that's one of the things we want to be intentional with too, is like, who are the people? What's the language we're using? How are we inspiring people to fall in love with Jesus? Even if it means we can't preach Jesus, that we're causing people to fall in love with the principles of Jesus, to just get them asking, like, where did you learn this lifestyle? Where did you learn this way of thinking? And it's really easy then to kind of point them to the Bible. Just be like, dude, we didn't make this up. Like, we're following a lineage of people who have lived this way, you know, following Jesus for years and years and years.
Yeah. What's so dope about you is your heart for Jesus, your heart for ministry, missions. You guys have done some incredible stuff as a family. But the flip side is that sometimes when I had you on last time, there was people in the audience that like legitimately thought you were doing magic, like Christians who like they're kind of like the fundy crowd, where they just don't get it, like they don't get that what you do is a craft and it's a discipline, right? And so they're like, no, that's witchcraft, that's what, you know, which is hilarious. So what have you had any of those interactions online, in person, with folks that don't get it, like, and that literally think that like you're a wizard, you know, and you're using spells?
I mean, I always have to like establish this right out the gate, right? And especially more so in Christian environments, to say, you know, I'm like, we didn't just bring a sorcerer onto the stage. You know, a lot of this is emphasis on the word tricks. And with the stuff that I do, it's more of like live special effects, right? And I think because of that, as much as I understand that, like, when we're dealing with like God and Jesus and a
Right.
supernatural spiritual realm like this, it can like blur lines. And so we've tried to be very intentional. And what we're even still discovering is like, how do we use this art form that is, I mean, Jesus was a storyteller, right? And he loved illustrations. He was always telling parables. And for me, what's cool is like when you watch a movie and you understand the parallel, like when you think of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, right? Chronicles of Narnia.
Right.
C.S. Lewis created this amazing parallel where he uses imagery to help clarify the way that the spiritual realm and temptation and sin works. And I think once I kind of started understanding that, I've been able to hone in a bit more on being like, okay, Dustin, like when I'm scripting this stuff, when we're using this, is this bringing clarity to what it to what it could look like of what Jesus is trying to accomplish in our lives? Or is it bringing confusion of me just trying to kind of demonstrate I have powers, right? Which I don't have powers, but sometimes magicians, that's the thing. It's like, look what I can do, right? And so we've tried to make this show very not like, look what I can do, and more adding imagery to how I feel God works in our lives, right? God intertwines stuff, and there's all these surprise elements in life when you're walking with Jesus. And so we've tried to create that culture to kind of say, like, this is kind of what I feel is happening in my heart every day, right? And this is like a picture of it. So all to say, yes, we've gotten a lot less of that, as I feel like we've gotten better at kind of answering the question, is this bringing clarity to who Jesus is? Like, again, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe kind of stuff. Or is this adding confusion to where it just turns into the Dustin Tavella showing off show?
Right. That's amazing. Okay, when is the new show officially launching in Branson, Missouri?
Yep.
And where is it going to be?
March 4th is the opening right here in Branson, Missouri.
Let's go.
Show, Now I See, and the whole idea behind the concept of the show is just people opening their eyes to the magic that is all around them, to the stuff that God is doing right now. It's great to dream for our futures, but God is interacting with us right now in this moment. And if we don't appreciate what we have in this moment, we're not going to appreciate stuff when it comes later. So we're here in Branson. Branson just passed 10 million visitors last year, which is insane. It was more than Disney in Orlando, which is crazy because that's one of the most traveled vacation spots. Branson has just been blowing up, man. So we launch March 4th is the first day. We'll be doing shows every week for the rest of the year. And so, man, love to have you guys out. Maybe we'll make like a little discount, like DustinTavella.com/Ruslan or something, and people can get discount tickets.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I can't wait to get out there, man. I'm gonna talk to my wife and try to figure out a time to get out there, because I mean, the last show we saw, the kids had a blast, dude, and it was so much fun. So I can't wait to see the new one, brother.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much for watching that video. Guys, I believe that one of the best ways you can build a business is by first building a platform online. So Zach Sparazzo puts together a free training for you on the #1 metric you can be looking for to explode your YouTube platform. Click the link in the pinned comment below so you can start that now. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.
King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan.